I'm trying to find a way to put you in this basket today. Let's see if I can do something. It ain't gonna fit. I'm trying to put you in the basket. Oh my God, y'all, this is so difficult. You know, I'm sick of buying things and things being broken. I just bought this from Walmart and it's broke. It's like I'm always struggling because of somebody else's bullshit stuff. It ain't gonna work. I ain't gonna have nowhere to put you but right here. So, yeah. Why is that doing that? I swear to God. I'll have to put you right there. I don't know what to do about getting a new camera stand, like for the bike. There's not much to order online, and that other thing is broke, and I'm pissed about it because I just bought it a month ago. And because of the fact that it only has one arm, you can't fix it. There's nothing to, those zip ties, listen, if you think you can do a better job than me, then please come do it because I need it fixed. And there ain't no way to fix it. This sucks. Absolutely sucks ass. So I've done probably about 15 miles. So 15 miles a day. Hey, cowgirl. Hello. Hey, y'all. Beautiful river back there. Way in the country. Whew. I don't know why my other phone ain't working. Pisses me off because I pay for a service and I ain't been able to use this phone the entire month. It does not work. Oh, there's a butterfly. Can't see. Ouch, my elbow. I had a biking accident on Sunday. I got road rash. Ow, my elbow. I get these sharp pains. Oh, I want to scratch it. Alright, let's go have some fun. We're going to the river. A different river, because I can't get down this one. I came here to get in this, but now I see it's posted for private property, so... But baby, don't you drinking, now you're thinking about me. Missing my street. Oh my God. That was a mountain. We're on a bridge. Always in the sticks. You gotta stay away from people. I ain't got no choice. When you're texting what you're drinking, now you're thinking about me. I'm dying, it's hot. Happy Saturday! Coming over tonight with my truck in your drive. I miss Betty. Betty was my big old black Chevrolet. She had that black magic, baby. She was beautiful. She was absolutely beautiful. Sorry, we'll get something better one day. My comebacks are always greater than my setbacks. This ain't nothing new. This has been my whole life. It's all temporary. When you're up in his bed, am I up in your head? Making you crazy, baby, are you thinking about me? I may or may not have relapsed at the coffee shop. I did. I went without you. I'm sorry. I couldn't get you on the phone. My phone was charging. I went to the coffee shop without you. I sure did. I'm sorry. I wanted a Trump 24. Woo! How do we feel about that in 25, Brooke? Let's not start. Let's not start. So they got tube rentals right here where you can like rent these tubes and go down the river. We ought to do that one day. It's been a long time since I did it. It's probably been about, I did it when I first got out of prison. That would have been like 2013. When I got out of prison, I went and did it. I would say it's probably about 2013. So it's been over 15 years, over 10 years. Oh, make sure nothing's coming. Let's go. Hello. Everybody's been so friendly today. Yeah, see? You get your raft, and then they take you up the mountain. You float down the mountain to your car. They've got a bunch of these it's $15 tubal rental. Includes shuttle. Yeah, they got them up at Hanging Rock too. I'm actually surprised they're not busier, but I guess the people that come to tube, they grab their tube and they go, so you wouldn't really see them anyways. Just when they pay. This hill's killing me, y'all. I need coffee. I'm barely making it. Look. A little mountain over there. You can see the terrain. It's nothing like Florida, honey. You can feel it on a bike too. You want to get them glutes to work? You're trying to perk them glutes up for next summer? That's what you need. Best glute workout you'll ever find. And God, look at this. It's gorgeous. Saturday in the South. It's the South. You gotta use an F, or you're not a true Southerner. But I never fall in love, just in case. Just in case. Oh, that's a good one. Love somebody. Coffee. Water, if you can't tell by the color. That is not Kahlua and milk. Your girl only drinks when she's bleeding or dying of heartbreak, okay? That's the only time we reach for the Jameson or Corona. I'll take a Modelo. Modelo, Corona. Why is it that I drink that stuff from Mexico and I don't get no hangover, but if I drink something domestic, I feel like crap? Make it make sense. I live too fast to settle down. I just ain't about these games. Oh, there they go, there they go, there they go. Oh, God. They on the shuttle bus. Y'all see how I'm shaking? I need to chill on the caffeine. I just want to love somebody that won't leave a hole in my heart. Falling apart. He says, I just want someone that doesn't want me falling apart. I want to love somebody who doesn't want me falling apart. Sounds like Morgan's been messing with some narcissists. I think he's got a good one now, but yeah, that sounds like somebody that's been through it. The wordplay on that. I want somebody that doesn't want to tear me apart. All right. When Shamu gets to the top of this hill, she'll show you the city. You ready? That want me in my heart. That don't want me falling apart. That's implying that someone intentionally caused heartache to just toy with him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like somebody was deliberately trying to upset him, to tear him up. The way that it's worded. The way that it's worded. Sounds like a narcissist to me. What you say, Willis? Oh, I forgot. I ain't got no brakes. This is it. It's cute. It's endearing. That's our one bar. Well, actually, there's two. There's JR's. Both of them sell food. You got to sell food to have liquor and beer here, I do believe. And, yeah, this it. Ever found something more than just a prison? Oh. Hold up. Wait a minute. What if we come off that jump right? What if we go up there, get a running start on this bicycle, launch off of that, and see where we end up? If I'm being honest, that's how I ended up in this position. That's just a little higher than that other ground. Damn, that'd be so much fun. God, that'd be so much fun. You know, it's actually a miracle. Oh, thank you, Gary Andrews. Blessings. Kick it in the sticks. You too, cowgirl. You too. You have a great day. Bless everybody. It's beautiful. It ain't too hot. I can breathe. The humidity ain't on 100 for the first time in 2 weeks. Oh, what's that? Oh, I keep seeing all this cool stuff. Beep, beep. Ow. Ooh, I just stabbed that. Ooh. It's a little free library. Take a book, share a book. Oh, I should put all them books in storage in here. I've already read them once. I'm never going to read them again. Oh, I love your outfit.
Thank you. I'm getting ready for work.
It's very endearing. You know? I love that house back there. I always have. Look at this house. That one back there with like the little castle thingy-madoodle. Sorry, I've had a lot of caffeine. Can you see the house? Sorry. I think they probably got music on up here. Oh, if they do, then I'll bicycle real quick. There's that cobalt blue that's real popular this summer. Mama loved that color. She had dishes like that. She would have wore something like that. Definitely Mama style. Why is that zoomed in? Horses run, let them run. Long live cowgirls. Oh, it's 10 years. I knew it wasn't long. They've been open for 10 years. That's cool. I knew that I moved here before that place was there. Because I ran up on it one morning and I was shocked. I was like, oh wow, when did we get a coffee shop? It's amazing. They do a good job. But for real, riddle me this, Batman. How can he sell $3 cups of coffee? How can they sell $3 cups of coffee but Starbucks can't? The owner did show up. Hello, Chase. Yes, he did show up and he gave me my... I actually had to call the cops. I did. And they were very helpful. They figured out who the owner was. They got the owner there. They got my clothes out of the machine. I was able to put them in a different machine and then wash them. And then I felt really bad because I said a lot of stuff I shouldn't say. And I'd be so angry. I didn't have no clothes, homie. I thought I was going to have to wear dirty clothes today. And so, anyways, the owner come, and he even gave me my money back for the wash. Which made me feel even worse. I didn't even want it. I felt like he deserved that $3 for all the mean shit he didn't know I said. You know what I mean? I swear sometimes. I really need to get it together. Anger is my strongest emotion, and it literally is my downfall. I'm just being honest. Anger is my worst attribute, characteristic. I don't know what to call it. It's a shame that I wasn't trained at an earlier age to control this. Like, it's what happens. Or it went to something useful. Like, I could have used all this anger for something useful. I ain't lying, though. I get so angry. I'm a hothead, y'all. Thank my daddy. It's all his fault. He was the same damn way. He was the type that hop out and whoop your ass at a stoplight and then get back in the car and drive off with the kids. 100%. I used to watch him fight all the time at the racetrack. He raced, so as soon as his car would get hit and his helmet would come off, I knew what was going down. Sometimes I feel like I got all the bad parts of my parents. I know that's not true. But truly though, I did get a lot of their bad habits, if that's what we want to call it. Learned behaviors. I've been having to deprogram myself since like 18. I'm alright. Stop stressing. I ain't gonna die. I can't get that lucky. Every time I die, they bring me back. Seriously. You know how mad I was? Ow. ran into a tree. Alright, I'm gonna step it up. I promise. No way it was last night. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? I can't see. Yes, the clothes. Yes, I was able to come up with enough bond money, Carl, to get the clothes out of the impound. Yes, they're free. They're free. The clothing movement has been productive. Y'all have done such a good job in this movement. Thank you for all of your continued support. Oh God, did I tell you that when the cops pulled up, one of the officers, I said, he's like, how's it going? I'm like, good. I said, this is, I started joking. I was like, this is a hostage situation. You gotta make the most of it. What was I supposed to do? Sleep on that bench? Hell, after hearing that nice owner. I'm gonna cry. After hearing that nice owner talking about other people in the community that are struggling, he probably wouldn't have cared if I slept on that bench. That's why I feel like a jackass. He even explained, he said, I don't know why my phone didn't ring. He said, I've got to fix that. He said, we're about to get eaten by a dog. They sound like pit bulls. He said that number was supposed to be routed right to his cell phone, and it wouldn't. It, like, something ain't right. So it's fine. It was figured out. I didn't have no clothes. As you can see, what I got on is what we pulled out of there. I like literally needed these clothes. Y'all, we have been killing it. Let me tell you something. We've been doing the damn thing, okay? This whole summer, I am so proud of us. We've been killing it. I saw you out on your front lawn sniffing grass this morning. You killing it. I did. I saw you on all fours sniffing grass in your front yard. I rolled by. Your neighbors was like, what is she doing? I said, I don't know. Make mental asylums great again. I'm sorry. Oh God. No, but for real, we've been killing it this summer. Oh my God. Listen, I swear to God, if I ever saw somebody out on the ground sniffing grass, I'd be so grateful. I'd be like, my job here is done, and walk away. Oh man, that's funny. That was almost as funny as the time I let you take a sip out of my drink and then I got it back smelling like your hot breath. Ow, my hand. You remember that? You hadn't even brushed your teeth that morning, girl. Ooh, that stuff, like, it could have burnt my nose hairs out. It was, your breath was so strong on that straw. I'm sorry. I'm joking. I know your breath don't stink. And even if it did, I'd let you drink after me. Maybe. If we was family. Oh God. Cheers. That's coffee. I've wasted on you all of these sorries I don't owe you, honey. I'm sorry. My nose is hot. It's overheating. Starts to run. I don't know how many miles I've been. I'd say 15. Oh, trash cans. Grass. Wasted on you. Like some of these back roads. I ain't never been up this way. I just hope my phone don't mess up. Oh, that's a big hill. a little shadier too. It is such a beautiful day, y'all. I like my new shorts. I like my shorts. Y'all remember yesterday when I tried to, y'all remember when I tried to, like, close the door with my foot so that, to see if the wash machine would lock and start? And remember a piece of the, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I am running my mouth. Girl, you should have just ran me over. No, you shouldn't have, because then I would have got a fat check. And then I die. That's when we got your $20,000 check in the mail. Plane falls out of the sky the next day and kills me before I even get the check. Anyways, the clothes were being held hostage. The machine was being aggressive. He had a firearm. Oh God, what was I gonna say? It was something about the wash machine. I was in this lady's way in this lane. I wasn't like in the middle of the road, but I was damn close to it. I'm on the side now. Why do I have holes in my brain? Like, I know, like a half a decade ago, I had a drug problem, but like, I thought it was supposed to get better. Does it never get better? Am I just stuck like this? Where I need to like reboot? Like, it's just one of them loading symbols above my head. I forgot. I was about to say something about that wash machine that was important. Anyways, let's go pray. I'm not good at that. I need to get better. I usually just talk to him like we like friends. You know what I mean? I'll be like, yo, for real. Like, oh my God, you ain't gonna believe what happened to me today. I know you saw it though. So maybe you will. It's a church. It's a beautiful tree right there. Look at those pine cones. Oh, look, the butterfly. There's a big old monarch. Beautiful. There's another one. On my elbow. That's a big one. Look at these pine cones on this tree. This was interesting to me. I guess they'll start falling in the fall, I reckon. I've never seen them like this before, which is kind of crazy. I guess I just didn't. Oh, it's sappy. Crap, I got sap on my fingers. Just wipe it off on the tree. That's a Christmas tree. It's pine. Oh, look at the sap going down the side of that. It'll open up and they'll be all over the ground come fall. It's a beautiful pine though. It's huge. They got this cute botanical garden here. Well, it's not really botanical, but it's flower garden. It's pretty. It attracts a lot of the butterflies. Oh wow, there's a bunch. Yeah, that's the start of the machines taking over. Yeah, the bees are pretty cool. They've always kind of been curious. Oh, there's another one. blowing in the wind. I wonder if that feels like a roller coaster when it's blowing like that and they trying to work. Imagine trying to do your job. You getting yoked around by the wind. It's like, hold still. I'll get those stitches in there eventually. We're gonna get your blood drawn today, one way or another, little lady. Don't you worry. Imagine fighting the elements while trying to be a busy little worker butterfly. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So I had pushed the door shut with my foot, and part of the dry rotted handle fell off of the machine. So I stopped messing with it and I walked away. And this morning, after we had breakfast, we went back over there. My clothes was still being held hostage. At this point, the machine was making demands. He was like, I want $1 million. It better be in big bills. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. No, but for real, when the cops showed up, he tries to open it and the whole handle popped off. I was like, that thing was already dry rotted. That's not your fault. It was already dry rotted. Hercules. I mean, it just snapped off. Listen, I think I really be like mean sometimes. I feel bad about yesterday. That guy that owns that place seems like he actually is a respectable person of the community. Of course he is. What else would he be? Like the one maybe good person in town. I'm like, he's a piece of Just pour me another drink. Oh, hey Paul, thank you. I mean, at least I'm honest though. That was the first thing I said after I got my clothes back. I messed up. I made poor decisions. I said things I shouldn't have said. I let my anger rule me. I operate on emotion sometimes. All of the above is true. I don't know, man. I guess the best way I can describe it is I've already lost everything else and I just bought these. And I'm thinking, you know, it's all I got. It's all I got left. I ain't got another pair of clothes. It's frustrating because you've done lost everything. And then you buy a new pair of shorts because nothing fits. And then before you even get to wear them, and they were used from Goodwill, but they're new to me, and I'm grateful. But before you even get to wear them, they get kidnapped. They just missing. It's like some friend that I didn't even have borrowed my stuff and never gave it back, you know? Like, that's one of the reasons I don't have girlfriends, because you ain't borrowing my stuff, and I don't want to borrow your stuff. I got my own stuff, and you got your stuff. Your stuff is your stuff. My stuff is mine. I don't do that borrowing clothes stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know, if you need a quart of oil or a gallon of gas, I got you. But you ain't getting my favorite jeans and my favorite sweater, honey, because, God, I only have 2 of each. I'm homeless. You know what I mean? So it put me in a panic that I didn't have any clothes. And I was wrong. As I'm usually. Hey, Maria. Hello. Absolutely. If I ever won the lottery, I would die the next day. I know it. Like if I won I don't even play the lottery because I'm scared. I'm also poor and I don't want to waste money. My lips. Look how bad they look. I need water. No, but if I ever won the lottery, I would probably immediately make arrangements to make donations, because otherwise something bad would happen to me. I just got really bad luck. Maria, how did your surgery go? Damn it, Bobby. I'm always saying stuff from King of the Hill. They're apparently, they got a new one coming out. Did you see that? Yeah. I've been seeing the previews on YouTube. You know, the commercials, because I'm a creator and all, but for some reason, I don't qualify for a free subscription, premium. I'm still trying to get in touch with YouTube to see if they can work that out for all the creators. I just feel like if you're monetized, you should be entitled to a free subscription. You can't give me no darn $10 subscription. You make all this money off of me, but you can't invest back into your creators. Just an idea. Just an idea. Hey, Corey. I am well. Thank you so much for the floating heart, Maria. Oh, well, thank you, Gary. I hope you're having a great Saturday. We came to see some butterflies ring. Oh, the 20th. I will. I hope it goes well. I definitely will. It's nice out here. Let's see what the temperature is because I need to get back on the bike and finish my workout, but I'm being lazy. So it says it feels like 80. It's 79. 54% humidity. Looks like it's going to pour on Monday. 20-30%. Yeah, the last time y'all said that it rained all day. So it looks like Tuesday, 20%. We need to go lift some weights this coming week. I've really been slipping. If I could do like 2 glute days next week with weights, I know that it would like tie everything together, you know? I need to get up. I always start crashing about this time. It's 2 o'clock. This 2 p.m. crash. And then 4 o'clock rolls around and I'll be ready to go again. Ow, my knee itches. Whew. It's pretty bad. It hurts. It itches. I even got the back of my arm right there. My elbow right there. My hip. This knee. This is the one that's black. You see that bruise all the way around? All the way to the back side. That hurt so bad and it was swollen out. Still a little swollen. Damn, it looks bad, y'all. It looks like I'm a darn domestic violence victim. He told me twice. I'm joking. I didn't listen. Who made that joke? Oh, Matt Rife. Was that the one that said that? He's the comedian. Last year he made a joke. Was it him? It was something about a woman with black eyes and you done told her twice. It's a famous joke. I think it was him. It was somebody that damn got in a lot of trouble. Oh, and then that looks really bad. Oh, it's a little even down there. Oh, where's my knuckle? It's there. I just got it on the side. Damn, that hurts. Oh, it's swollen up too. Oh God, it could have been so much worse. Yeah, you know you hit hard when you get up looking for missing limbs and stuff. Why does my toe hurt so bad? Did I break it? My shoe's still on, so I didn't lose it. But like, why did it hurt so bad? I don't know. I guess I jammed it when I fell. This butterfly garden is beautiful. They're everywhere. The butterflies don't like me like the bees do. The bees love me. The butterflies are a little skittish. The bees are like Labrador retrievers, and the butterflies are like, I don't know, something that's skittish. I know, right, Maria? Hello, Anthony. Hello, John. Anton. Yeah, quite a bit. We get a couple honks a day. I mean, it does make you feel not so old, but it is annoying too, you know? It's like, oh, somebody thinks I'm cute. But then after like 10 honks, it's like, Jesus Christ. It's like you're beating them off, you know? It's annoying at that point, you know? You get it? I don't know. It's always nice when somebody's like, oh, you look lovely. It's a whole different thing when they're like, what's good, girl? You fine. Like, it's just a different vibe, you know? Yeah. Usually it's the honking. Hey, Oblivious! No, I didn't know. I did not know that. That's what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to catch fireflies the other night, remember? I forgot. Lightning bugs. You can catch them and they light up in your hand. They're so cool. You usually only see them during the summer. We used to catch them and put them in a mason jar. And then Mom would be like, you got to let them go before you go to bed. Because we want to keep them. But then they die, so you can't. So you got to like bargain with the kids. You know, you got to negotiate with tiny terrorists to let the bugs live. Because you can catch like 20, 30 in a mason jar, and then it's all lighting up. It's so cool. Yeah, free the fireflies. Yeah, that was always fun, catching fireflies. You know, that's probably why I ain't scared of bugs. When you grew up in the sticks, we was in the creek, knee-deep, catching crawdads. So I guess because I grew up playing with caterpillars and ants, and maybe that's why. I mean, even I had to kill a centipede today. That thing was that long. It had like 50 little legs. Oh God, that's what his face looked like too. And he was in the laundromat, and I had to commit a murder. He was so ugly, he had to go. I said, heck no. You got to go. You so fugly. If I don't kill you, I'm going to have nightmares about you. Like that big. He was scurrying too, honey. Them little things are fast. Yeah, I don't like them. Anything that looks like a centipede. Roaches, I draw the line. That's a hard stop. Let's just burn the house down. It's got to go. We can't keep nothing. Them eggs, we just got to burn the whole property down. We got to torch it all. The land and all. So I draw the line at roaches and centipedes. Other than that, even spiders, they don't bother me. Sometimes we find the jumping ones. They'll land on me and play with me. Y'all remember that? I swear to God, he was looking right at me. He was so tiny. He was like microscopic, and he was sitting on my hand, and I was talking to him, and his little head was looking at me. Like, you see his eyes, you know, because they got like 50. So how can you miss them? They're like headlights on a head staring back at you. Yeah, bugs don't really freak me out. And usually the wild animals out here, like I've had fox. I've had like bugs, foxes come up on me in the middle of the night. They're harmless. They're more scared of you than you're of them. Well, than you should be. They're harmless. Firefly was extinct. I don't think so. They still fly around here. Maybe they're called lightning bugs. I might have the terminology wrong. Oh, my elbow hurts so bad, y'all. I'm getting up. We're going. Damn, I did it good this time. So, what did we learn? We need a helmet. Oh my God, look at that, y'all. Oh my gosh. It's gnarly. The skin's coming off of it and stuff. Dang. No, I didn't. Nothing to stitch. The skin was gone. There ain't nothing to stitch. The skin was missing, y'all. God, that stuff's flaking off like I'm damn killing in the summer. It doesn't look like it messed up my tattoo. I see a little ink missing in the middle there. We'll see how it heals up. That's going to be a nasty scar. Good, now I got one on each arm. And this elbow is already ate up anyways. I'm actually surprised that my knees look this good, because my knees, when I was a kid, my knees stay bleeding when I was a young, and I see a few scars. But I'm actually surprised that I don't have a lot of scars on my legs, because when I was a kid, my knees were always cut up. I mean, always. A few times a summer, I'd have both knees completely skint. So I'm actually surprised the scars are not worse. I was thinking about that yesterday. Yeah. I also have engine burns on my leg that healed up pretty well from where I flipped that car a few years ago. That leg looks really bad. It's deep. I got it good. I knocked the hell out of it. It's completely bruised. If you can look, you can see. Do y'all see that bruise? It's bruised all the way around the back. That was where I landed. That leg hit the ground first, and then my shoulder. It's actually bruised. The first and second day, I could barely even move this leg. It hurt so bad. And the bruise is kind of fading. You can't really see it. This camera's crap. But it is actually a purple bruise all the way around to the back. And you can see where I'm even cut back there. So I got it pretty good. Yeah, oblivious. It's healing well. I'll have a scar, but it'll be okay. I'll be like, yeah, that's from when I was homeless. They'll be like, what? When? I'll be like, the year was 2025, and we had put all of our eggs in the basket, in the same basket. We all voted for Trump. I ended up homeless. Yeah. It's a story. But I ain't lying. I hit that concrete so hard, I got up looking for teeth I wasn't even missing. Where's my teeth? I know I got to be missing teeth. The pain just ain't set in yet because the adrenaline's flowing. Where are my teeth? They've got to be around here. I know that I'm missing teeth. Where are they at? That's how hard I hit the ground. I didn't even know what year it was. If the EMS would have showed up, they would have locked me up in a hospital. That would have been their first question. Do you know what year it is? I would have been like, no. Can you help me find my teeth? Can you help me find my teeth? Oh, God. It's funny because when I was in my car accident, they said I kept waking up and touching my face. And there was blood. And I kept saying, keep it real. It's my teeth, ain't it? And they're like, no, it's not your teeth, honey. It's your eyelid. It's hanging off your face. Oh, God. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. I did have to get stitches. Yeah. I was in a car accident, and I thought it was my teeth. I kept saying, it's my teeth. Tell me, it's my how bad is it? Like, it's not your teeth. That's not where the blood's coming from. I kept touching my face, and I'd look at my hands, and there's blood everywhere. And I couldn't really feel anything. I guess the accident, the adrenaline. I'm like, I'm fine. I can walk. I'm fine. And then the next day, I'm like, oh, God, I can't walk. Because the accident, that accident gets to you. Like, a major car accident like that, it's an out-of-body experience the next day when the pain sets in, especially if you hit the steering wheel or you were T-boned and your body, like, hits a console or something. Oh, God. I mean, it's indescribable, the amount of pain. If you've been in a major accident, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that feeling I had on Monday and Tuesday after this bicycle collision. It's like, Jesus Christ, was I hit by a car? Seriously. And, you know, sleeping on the ground and stuff, too. Doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. That's the one time in my life where I was like, I literally can't walk. What am I going to do after that major car accident? It was horrible. Every time I flipped, the seatbelt cut my throat open. That's one of the ways that they were able to determine how many times approximately I flipped, was by the cuts on my throat and indentations in the ground and guardrail. You know, this is part of the reason I complain about drivers on the road. Not everybody needs to be out. You know what? There is a man that lives down the road that is 102 years old. And do you know that I saw him behind the wheel of a car yesterday? $102. He was a preacher. Allegedly, his daughter was in the passenger seat. He is 102. I guess he's made it to the age where he could just do whatever he wants to do, right? You know? I don't think that, you know how I saw him? He was holding up traffic in his Cadillac. And I was like, oh God, why is this man going so slow? I'm about to pass these people on a bicycle. And then I passed the 3 cars on a bicycle, and I look over, and it's that man that lives down the road. I was like, ain't he 102? What is he doing? Bad grandpa, he done escaped from the rest home, honey. I swear it was him. And there was a dark-headed woman in the passenger seat. And when I asked somebody locally about it, they said that was his daughter. And that was him driving. You know, he is a preacher, so he's rolling with the Holy Spirit, honey. Jesus has got him. You better hope Jesus has got you if he hits you, but Jesus has got him. 102. Bad grandpa. Deadly grandpa. I am staying safe. Hey, Braxton. Mr. Gray, hello. How are you today? I'm making it. You know, my biggest thing is just staying focused on working out. I just want to stay consistent. I've made such huge changes physically, intrinsically, and I just want to make sure that I continue on my fitness journey so that my mental health is intact. It's so easy for me to slip into a depression and go missing. I do it quite frequently. I did it Monday after my crash, mainly because I was embarrassed that I crashed. You know that ain't true. I ain't never embarrassed. That's part of the problem. Anyways, no, Monday and Tuesday I was like, oh, and Wednesday. I was like, I really just don't even want to life this week. I don't want to work. I don't want to, you know, it's easy for me. It only takes a day or two to fall into a deep depression and then go missing. So I have to stay on top of getting out here. I got up at like 4 o'clock this morning. Biked into town to get some breakfast. And now I'm in the middle of a bike ride. Being lazy. It's good to take a break. I need some chapstick or some water. Kind of hungry again. Oh, that burger for lunch was really good. It really was. It was good. It reminds me of like Burger King. It was a Hardee's burger. Their single bacon cheeseburger. And it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. Angel, touche. You're stressed too. You deserve a nice brownie. Work out, do this Richard Simmons dance. We should definitely do that, Chris. You want to make it a group activity? Y'all ready? I'll do it in this church parking lot. Don't play with me. I did, girl mom, 08, I did. And the guy was so nice, it made me want to jump off a cliff. Of course he would be nice. Of course he would be nice. What is wrong with me? Why am I so angry? We need to get to the root of that problem, because I have major anger issues, and it's unearthly. The longer I stay angry, the more I realize it's unnatural how angry I get. I wish that I could use that. And that's what I'm trying to do with fitness, and I think I do a good job of redirecting that energy. But I really need to hone in on why I'm so rawr. I go from 0 to 100 really quick. Dangerously quick. And sometimes it happens before I even realize. I don't even realize what's happened until after. And I'm like, oh, whoa, what happened? I was running on autopilot. It's almost like I almost semi-black out. Like I'm coherent, but I ain't in control. And sometimes that cutoff mechanism don't work. Past 8 years it has. I haven't mollywhopped nobody in about 8 years. So clearly whatever I'm doing is working. And that whole Planet Fitness situation, if there was ever a time, that would have been the day. Both of them. And, you know, looking back on that video and then hearing my attorney speak about that, it made me really proud. He talked about how my composure was professional, how I was smiling the entire interaction as these two women were trying to antagonize me and start drama. That was the first thing that stuck out to him. That's what he said. He said, the first thing I noticed is that you're smiling. He said, these women made it seem like you came into that gym trying to tear it apart that day and start a disturbance, and that you were the instigator, and they made it seem like you were the problem, and you came in there looking to start an argument. And I said, watch this video. And then he got back to me and he's like, this is crazy. He's like, you were smiling. He's like, you were calm and professional and you were communicating properly. I said, yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It didn't get ugly till we got to the locker room, and they deserved every bit of that. And matter of fact, one day when one of their customers mollywhops them all over the Planet Fitness, they will deserve it. It's gonna happen. They got lucky with me because I'm a changed woman of God. But not everybody is like that. They pull that mess on the wrong person. It might be their last day on earth is all I'm saying. You don't go around interfering with people's lives and lying on them. And matter of fact, if you do stuff like that, you're a horrible person. Your lies affect their life to the point that they lose their vehicle, which they were already living out of. Because that's what happened. That's one of the other catalysts to why I don't have my truck. That's what happened. All of it's recorded. And then I spent 9 months getting those charges dismissed for something I never even did. crazy. And I lost everything over it. A lie. It's not the first time. They stole my child the same way. I truly believe that Planet Fitness incident happened to show people that a lot of people are arrested for crimes they don't do every single day. I also believe that it happened because God is trying to show you that I'm telling you the truth about my daughter. There's a reason that all of that was captured on film. There's a reason that it's led to me being homeless, and none of it's my fault. I wish I could sit here and say, oh God, I was drinking too much and I misspent my money, or I was doing drugs and I misspent my money. That's not the case. Drugs and alcohol did not lead to my homelessness. Quite the opposite. It was getting sober 5 years. That was the catalyst. That kicked everything off. I've lost everything because I got sober. It's kind of rare, but it's not unheard of. Common. It's just crazy the way that everything happened. I'm just glad that I finally got smart and started picking up a camera and recording everything, because my whole life things like this have happened to me and people will call you crazy. It's so far-fetched. You got to be crazy. And that's why I was talking about that Candace Owens thing this morning, because they're calling her crazy, and somebody was like, well, that means that she's a truth teller. And I was like, is that what that means? I was like, because that's what they call me. So they were like, yeah, that's what that means nowadays. They call you crazy. They call you crazy because you're telling the truth. They won't call you a liar. They'll just call you crazy. Good point, lady. Good point. Yeah, for real. A simple job. And you're over there trying to mess with some lady you know lives out of her car. Smoke some weed. Angel. I can't be asleep out here on this park bench. Yeah, telling the truth is crazy. They call you crazy for telling the truth nowadays. Oh, alright. I'm getting up. I need to use the bathroom again. I always gotta pee. If you ever think of me, just know I'm going to pee. Seriously. I mean, I need a roll porta potty. I need a rollable porta potty. Hook it up. Everybody's out riding today. I cannot believe that they're going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. Can y'all believe that? Yeah, he was really nice. Let's see here. Wonder how hot it'll be tomorrow. They say it's going to be hot next week, too. Well, upper 80s. That's not too bad. I can deal with that. It's not too bad. Absolutely, David Jessup. Absolutely. And it looks like it might rain next week a few days. The weekend, particularly. I hope not. Because I'll be wanting to get outside. I want to get outside, and I can't do that when it's raining. At least not working out. Every time I do... Every time I do, the bike throws water up on my pants. The bike wheel will toss water up on my skirt or my pants or whatever, and I can't, like, my clothes get wet. So yeah, I saw that to Texas. She should have never been pardoned. No, she was completely complicit. She should never be pardoned. Not only is she complicit, but she's done her own crimes. That's how this works. She is just as much a criminal as Jeffrey Epstein. Not only was she an accomplice, but she was a willing accomplice. She willingly was with him, and she willingly acquired girls for him. She was the main proprietor. Is that how you say that? She was the one that would crack these children. She was the one that would get close to these children, to groom these children before she would pass them off to her perverted ass husband. Without Ghislaine, Epstein could have never committed half of the crimes that he did. They were partners in crime. She should have got the death penalty. This is a death penalty case. These are human traffickers of children. What qualifies for the death penalty if that doesn't? It really angers me. It angers me. The fact that our president would sit there and pardon her shows me that he was on that list. Not to mention it's already been released through the FBI that he was on the list. It's a fact. I don't care that half of y'all support him. It's a fact. It's also a fact that Epstein worked for the CIA. He was an informant. Had ties with Israel. Interesting. That's relevant. Very relevant. I'm just sick of the buffoonery, man. I'm sick of it. And I'm not the only conservative commentator that has a huge problem with this. The majority of us do. Look at Candace calling out Trump. Tucker, Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, literally every Republican conservative commentator is pissed right now. And they're not pulling for Trump anymore. So a lot of people, if you don't know, I'm telling you, half of the Republican Party is no longer Republicans. The Republican Party has imploded. For those that don't know what's going on, I'm telling you, half of the Republican Party is no longer Republicans because of the Epstein files. They're done, like I am. I recognize that both sides are completely complicit in evil. And our president, more than likely, allegedly, is a rapist. He's got 30 victims, approximately. Those are just the ones that came forward before he ran for office. The timeline is everything. If those women came forth after he started running for office, I would be like, And still and yet, 30 victims that do not know each other, that have no previous contact, the chances of them being in cahoots together, highly unlikely. Were they sending up smoke signals? I just think that people don't want to think. I think people don't want to think. It's too hard for them. It's too much work. I agree with the illegal immigration, closing the border, deporting these people, bringing American jobs back to America, giving funding to agricultural programs, getting farming back off the ground, trucking back off the ground. I agree with all of this. Fully. Hard stop against abortion. LGBTQ plus has no room in this world. It's demonic. I don't agree with this. The Epstein, the handling of the Epstein files. And I don't agree with creating potentially millions more homeless people when we do not have the resources to assist those families. I don't know. I think it's disappointing. All of it. You know, I think a lot of people that voted for him are just like him. I see things a little differently now. Oh, hello, Pablo. Happy Saturday. Yeah, she absolutely was a groomer. Girl Mom 08. She absolutely was. It's the whole bad cop, good cop. It's that whole routine. The way that these traffickers work, they often use a female to get close to the victim to break the ice with the child. If the man went in to try to break the ice, the child would get spooked and run off. So these kinds of traffickers like Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, they actually work as a team. And the female, typically we see them go in to break the ice with the child or the victim in order to get the child groomed and conditioned enough for the male to step in. She is just as responsible, if not more, because she was the proprietor of these children. She would get close to these children. She was taking them on shopping trips. She'd take them for coffee, take them to get their nails done. She'd tell their parents, oh, I'd love to have them over. And then the whole time, she is coercing them and grooming them and conditioning them to give massages and then to get assaulted. She should have got the death penalty. I cannot believe that they are going to pardon her. They are. They're going to pardon her. Trump. Why would he do that? He ran. His whole campaign was that he wanted to make America great again, bring truth to the surface. JFK, MLK, the Epstein files. That was what his campaign was. We're going to bring you the truth. Remember that? Because I do. That was his whole campaign. It was the scam of the century, folks. We've been scammed. We've been bamboozled. He's not who we thought he was. It's as simple as that. Approximately 30 victims that have never met, that have never talked to each other. It's a 1 in a million chance that they would all have the same story that showcases his behavioral patterns in a very specific way. I can tell you his sexual preferences based off of his sexual crimes. There is a pattern there of behavior that is undeniable. Maybe one day we'll sit down and we'll talk about each victim and about Trump's crimes. I'm not saying that we need to damn impeach him, but what I'm saying is I believe the victims. I believe the victims. I do. I believe the victims. And I I regret that I did not know that they existed. I only knew of one, which was E. Jean Carroll or whatever. I knew of one. They date back to the 80s. There's about 30. I believe the women. All of their stories match, and they've never met. Half of these crimes took place before touchscreen phones were even around. And the internet. I believe the victims, and I regret that I didn't believe Jean Carroll. I didn't believe her. I regret that. And I also regret not knowing about the other victims, because I encouraged people to vote for him, and the alternative wouldn't have been better. Regardless, I now realize that we got the shit into the stick both ways. So whether we got, I don't have a PayPal, whether we got Kamala or him, y'all, I'm gonna just start blocking people. What is wrong with people? Yes, Girl Mom 08, I do believe that the Chrisleys were framed, and I think there was a lot of mitigating circumstances and political circumstances to why they were arrested and thrown in prison. From my understanding, they had the opportunity to take a plea deal, but so they could have took a plea deal and admitted guilt and did like a small amount of time, or I don't remember what it was. They pretty much were in the same position that I was in. It was either like, oh, I remember. It was they could have took an Alfred plea or a plea and got no time and accepted guilt. That's what it was. They had to plead guilty and they would have got no time in prison. Or you see how me just minding my business on church property is too much for people? Have you noticed for the past 20 minutes, this guy behind me is out here with this leaf blower? This is the type of petty behavior that I have to deal with from people that own businesses. It's crazy. My mere existence is too much for most of these people out here, and this is why I hate this town. Instead of be worrying about what I'm saying, why don't you worry about your damn job? Now you out here trying to start shit with a leaf blower because you're a horrible human. It's crazy. So the Chrisleys were faced with either pleading guilty and getting no time, or not pleading guilty and claiming their innocence and looking at time. And that's what happened. Because they were innocent and they kept claiming they were innocent, they were sent to prison. That's how that works. I want to explain this because this is what I went through with my daughter. So if they would have pled guilty, the state would have let them walk free. But they knew they were innocent. So they said that they were innocent, and the state found them guilty anyways, and they were sent to prison. It's an entrapment trick that the justice system does to get people to try to admit to guilt to charges that they didn't do. Because the alternative is a prison sentence. So most people are going to plead guilty to something they didn't do so that they don't get time. And I know half of y'all are like, oh, I'd never plead guilty to something I didn't do. You're an idiot. Yes, you would. You'd be the first one. The moment you were looking at 15 years in prison, you gonna go do 15 years. You gonna go do 15 years? Okay. The Chrisleys had no choice but to plead guilty, because the alternative would have been accepting guilt for something they did not do. That's why they went to prison. That's how that works. And that's the same thing that happened to me. It's crazy. Typically, when we see an Alford plea, that is an innocent person. That means that the state does not have enough. This ain't even his property, first of all. He works across the street. You see his shirt? It matches that sign over there. So why he's even over here, this is a church. This is church property. So why he's over here blowing that machine, I don't really know. He's literally like asking for it. He's like begging me. For the past like 30 minutes, he's had that fucker going intentionally because he's petty. I've noticed anytime I come over here to enjoy the church parking lot and the butterfly garden and set, because there's nowhere else to set. Do you see benches anywhere? Do you see anywhere else to set? Do you see anywhere else to set? Take a gander. I'm going slow so you can look for a bench for me. Do you see anywhere else for me to set? And what are they blowing? Thank you, Howlerhead. What are they blowing? It's not even fall yet. Great point. So thank you to the people that actually have common sense that pick up on what I'm saying. Thank you, Howler. Nice to meet you. Exactly. Do you see any debris over here? Let's go look at the whole parking lot. I just want to point out people's behavior patterns. This is a learning lesson for all of us. Do you see anything on the sidewalk? So yes, what is he blowing? And he works across the street. So why is he over here? You see what I deal with when I'm simply out here trying to work? It just goes to show that people are truly unhappy with themselves. Truly. The only people that behave that way are people that are unhappy with themselves. I'm sorry, you guys. Listen, if you don't behave that way, be proud of yourself. But I know a lot of people take offense to stuff like that because they behave that way. I have to deal with y'all out here. I'm dealing with one of your damn brats right now. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You know? And here's the thing. They'll be like, oh, don't like that homeless lady around. I'm sitting here trying to work so I can not be homeless. Make up your mind. Lord have mercy. I swear, y'all. I swear. I was wrongly convicted and made to take a plea deal. Yeah. Yeah. Every time I see an Alford, I'm like, oh, another innocent person with a prior record. That's what that means. That means that the state doesn't have enough evidence, in my opinion. In my professional opinion. Let's see. I was first-time offender. They should have never brought up the charges per the authorities. I'm on my last year. Oh, my God. They gave you 5 years of probation? They gave me unsupervised. Yeah, well, you're a first offender. They're going to... And the jails are so packed. Even if you weren't a first offender, girl, you could damn be a convicted felon and then have firearm charges, and they'll let you out in Guilford County. They'll just let you go. Good luck. Don't worry about those felony charges. Convicted. That's an automatic 7-year sentence in this state. They gave me unsupervised. They didn't have any other charges in my 34 years of life. They had nothing else. They changed the charges from one thing to another. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, David. That's what they do. They will put you in a position where you have to take a plea deal. Otherwise, you're going to prison. So do you want probation and to admit guilt? Or do you want to plead your innocence and go to prison? That's your two options. That's the reality of the real justice system. And it's a catch-22 because here's the thing about taking a plea. Once you take a plea deal, you can't then try to get out of jail. That plea deal is sealed. Like, if you're convicted of crimes that you did not commit, you might have a chance to get out if an attorney is able to prove that you were wrongfully convicted. But if you take a plea deal, they can't do that. You're stuck indefinitely until your sentence is up. So it's really a catch-22. It's crazy. The court system, the justice system is nothing like what the general public is led to believe that it is. Nothing. There is no justice in the justice system. What has happened to me and my family? What has happened to me? No, absolutely not. There's no excuse. There never will be. Never will be. You know, it's really crazy that you can do the right things, and one person can lie, and your whole life implode. That's all it takes is one person to lie on you nowadays, and it can ruin everything. It can, I mean, even at work. Think about maybe working with some crazy girl that's got a crush on you, and then you don't pay her no mind, and then she gets mad and says that you're sexually harassing her. Your whole career implodes over a lie. Over some girl that was bitter and passive-aggressive that you didn't like her damn shamu ass. Your whole reputation down the drain over a lie. Do you know how many men that happens to? Disproportionately, that same scenario happens to men in the workplace all the time. A lie. They lose everything. Then their wife's divorcing them, taking the damn house and the kids over a lie. It's crazy. Yes, thank you for your service, David. Oh, God. Felony charge, too. And that's another thing I don't agree with. I feel like, depending on the charge, if it's drug-related, I feel like first-time offenders for felonies should be able to complete some kind of program to get that felony wiped if it's a drug charge. It'd be different if it was robbery, rape, murder. Absolutely not. But when we're talking about drug offenses, there absolutely needs to be a separation of crime and addiction. And we don't have that right now. I feel like felony drug-related charges, first offenses, those people should be allowed to complete a long-term program of sorts to get that felony expunged. Because, and actually, if you have a good attorney, every 7 years you qualify for a pair for judgment. So that means that every 7 years, even if it's a criminal charge or a traffic ticket, you can actually get that expunged off your record every 7 years. The court gives you a freebie. So if you feel necessary to go throat punch somebody every 7 years, you can. You might have to do a little bit of probation, but after that probation, that charge can get expunged. You can get a pair for judgment. So, and they might have changed it. I think it's every 7 years. Yeah. I just don't agree with, like, marking people for forever. When they become a felon nowadays, you're not going to be able to find work. You won't even be able to find somewhere to rent. So I feel like there needs to be a separation of drugs and the way that we handle people on drugs and the court system. But also I see the flip side. You can't really force help on anybody. They got to want help. And the majority of people that I see struggling in addiction, they're nowhere near the point of asking for help, which is a really sad thing to see. It goes to show that these drugs are really strong. It's got a hold on these people in a whole different way. I showed up, hold on one second. Hey, John. Hello, Mr. Roth. I was in Florida with no record, and they put me on felony probation and 18 months of house arrest. Never had a conviction or a speeding ticket. Yeah, they don't play in Florida. That's a full stop Republican state. They will burn you at the stake down there. Sounds about... You know what's crazy is I never had any legal problems in any other state but here. Lived in Georgia, lived in Florida, never had a problem. Not once. I just find, you know, the common denominator would be the state. Felony probation. Never had a conviction or a speeding ticket. I missed a court date because you had 2 cases simultaneously. That's a huge problem in the court system. They're supposed to transport inmates, you know, to court dates if they're being held at the county. But with humans comes error, okay? I showed up and they tried to arrest me on the spot because of the court date. They were going to lock me up for 120 days. Then I signed a plea deal, 5 years of probation, 18 months of house arrest. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know, Lewis. Ain't that crazy? You know, this is what I'm talking about. These people that behave this way, I have to deal with this everywhere I go. He's mad that I'm over here working. He's mad that I'm over here working. when he's supposed to be working. Don't you think if he was actually working, he wouldn't be worried about what I was doing? Thank you so much. Was it Howler to pointing out that there is nothing on the ground? Thank you, because that goes to show that it's intentional. So thank you. Thank you to whoever pointed out that there is no debris on the ground, nor leaves to blow off the ground, that it's intentional. Hello, Mr. Burberry. Yeah. Every time I've come over here, I've noticed during the week they have a problem with me being over here. I'll come over here and I'll be sitting here eating, and then all of a sudden the music will come on, or then there's loud banging. And it's really sad that adults that have careers, families, homes, that they behave this way, that they would literally try to prevent a homeless girl who's lost everything, that they would try to prevent her from eating. That's how much money I make. Enough to buy groceries every week. Ain't that crazy? You got a home, a family, and a career, and he just blowed that. So why is he coming back over here? Bye. Thank you to the person, Howler. Yeah, thank you. Great point. Great point. It's just really crazy to me how these types of people can make it in society. Why is it the petty, immature, self-loathing? How are they able to function out here? You see this time and time again on my channel. Almost every day at this point. Almost every day we have to deal with a degenerate. Whether it's some weird old man out here in the street, or some lady from the bank, or some lady from the courthouse, or some guy from an automotive shop. When have you ever seen me go and antagonize people like you see them come at me? And let me ask you this. Why is it that so many people come at me this way when they don't even know me? I've never even spoken a word to that guy, but my mere existence bothers them so bad. Why? I'll tell you why. Satan. Satan, honey. They work for the devil. Sure do. Sure do. He's just being all up in your business. Probably. 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 Hey, thanks, Ink Mama. High five. Oh, that's my strong hand. That's my hurt hand. Yeah, I have no idea. Illegal? Is that Anne Marie? Lord have mercy. Turn him into a human balloon. Yeah, I don't know what be wrong with people, y'all. I really don't. It don't make no sense. You know, it's literally on a daily basis I have to deal with this type of behavior out here. And it's really concerning because these people have jobs, careers, families that love them. And if they behave that way with money in their pocket, a roof over their head, food in their belly, and people that love them, it's shocking. I should be the most horrible person on earth. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? I don't understand. I really don't. People just... We live in a society where they hate themselves. They really do. They're not happy. They're not happy. I feel bad for them. It's crazy though, because they got homes and careers and jobs and money and a steady income. They might be living paycheck to paycheck, but at least they get proper rest and food, and they still out here being evil. Feel bad for people. Listen, don't let other people's bitterness turn you bitter. You can't let that. And remember, when they're out here coming at you like they're coming at me, it's because you're amazing and they're jealous. Of what? Honey? Probably your strength, your will to survive, your initiative. I don't know. whatever makes you great. And stay away from people that behave that way, because they're dangerous. Those are the most dangerous people in society next to pedophiles. They don't operate on a normal level. They operate under emotion. And if they're passive aggressive, then they're going to be more likely to be petty. You know, they're petty if they're passive aggressive. That makes a dangerous person. That's a person that operates on emotion instead of fact. So they're going to have a higher propensity to be disloyal, dishonest, unfaithful, all of those things that we don't like around here. You know what I mean? Hey, Rares, Radisson, Radisson, you. Exactly, that's what I'm saying, girl mama 8. Jealous people are very sneaky, especially if they think you don't see it. And that's why I think I have a lot of problems with people, because I see through it. And I call them out on it. I'm like, oh, you petty, huh? You hate yourself, huh? Like, and that's what we should all do. If we all did that and we brought back shame, people wouldn't behave that way. They'd be embarrassed to behave that way. I think that a lot of people behave that way, and so nobody calls out that behavior, because most people behave that way. Does that make sense? Thank you so much, Rares. Welcome to becoming a gold member. A real man would offer. I think that I think people that have a good sense of identity scare people who don't have a good sense of identity. Identity is so imperative. I think that when you know who you are and you have a good moral foundation, it scares other people that don't, you know? And most people have insecurities. I have insecurities. Y'all hear me talk about it every month. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so fat. Nothing fits. Every month. Most people have insecurities. But some people operate on those insecurities. They really do. The sad part is that's learned behavior. I read somewhere that psychologists think that 1 out of every 10 people is now a narcissist. Ain't that scary? I kind of believe it. I think that narcissism is a learned behavior as well. I think it can be. I mean, are they born like that, or does something happen? I think something happens. I can't believe that children are born evil. I think something happens. And with most serial killers and serial rapists, when they give a family history or a history of like trauma, they're usually, they'll do like a clinical on them when they go to prison, like Ted Bundy. They did, you know, even Ted Kaczynski. They said he was schizophrenic. I don't believe it for a minute, but they do a mental health assessment when these people go to prison, and most of those violent offenders, they report trauma. A lot of them had alcoholic parents. A lot of them had parents that were abusive. Ted Bundy believed he believed his mother was his sister, which, do you know what that does to a child? Especially a prepubescent, I'm not saying that right, teenage boy. That can rewire their brain in a whole different direction. I've talked about voyeurism before and how voyeurs become voyeurs. It usually starts with a family member or someone close that they accidentally see exposed, nude, and it turns into this. They start to creep to view people naked. It usually starts in the home. It'll usually be a caregiver that these boys, we typically see peeping toms being men. These boys will see a family member, maybe their grandmother, maybe their mother, half naked in a vulnerable position, and somehow in their teenage brain it cross wires this desire to creep on people who are naked. And then we had, you know, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. He was one of these people that did this. I don't think people are born evil. I don't. But I think that something happens environmentally during their upbringing to maybe cross wire. I just, maybe it's God, my faith in God, that doesn't want me to view children like that. I just don't believe that children are born like that. I feel like they go through stuff. I really do. Like even Ed Gein, the guy that made lampshades out of people, remember the nipple belt? He did. He was a grave digger. His mother raised him in like complete isolation, and she taught him that women were all dirty hookers. She did. And she beat religion into him. He had this unhealthy attachment to his mother. She was the only one that he was allowed to love. And after she died, he started digging up dead bodies out the graveyard, y'all, and making his own new family. Ed Gein is, I mean, at least most of those people were dead. But the point is, psychologically speaking, something happened to him through religion and the way that his mother geared him to stay away from women. And that led to him being a psychopath. I mean, I wonder if he had mental health problems. I wonder if they ever diagnosed Ed Gein with anything. How can I remember all this stuff and I can't remember when my birth date is? Did Ed Gein have a documented mental health problem? Let's see. They said that he was, so after his arrest, as I said, a lot of these perpetrators, after they are arrested and sentenced to prison, they will do a full clinical assessment. Yeah, I gotta agree with that, girl mama, right? And it's shoved under the rug more, you know? Like, there's certain families that overlook that pedophilia, and they shove the problem under the rug, and we see it trickle down into the next generation. So it looks like after his arrest, the psychiatrist diagnosed him with schizophrenia. He was actually found not guilty by reason of insanity. I did not know that. Yeah. Anyways, we were learning about him last year. His mama was crazy, y'all. He couldn't even look at women in public. His mama would be like, "Don't you look at them dirty hookers." And he's like 4. And she'd be snatching him around town away from women. I mean, he was completely isolated. And then when his mama died, he started digging up bodies. Gives me chill bumps. How creepy. I think he killed somebody in town, and that's how they busted him. Did Ed Gein kill somebody? I think he might have just been a grave robber, but they called him the Butcher of Plainfield. Plainfield? Yeah, he did. He confessed to killing 2 women. One was, I do believe, a shop owner. It was a hardware store owner in town. That's how they caught him. This poor woman, Bernice Warden, she was reported missing in 1957. And when they started looking for her, the last person that had went into that hardware store was Ed Gein. So they tracked right over to Ed's house, and Ed invited him in, and there's body parts everywhere. He's got a whole lampshade made out of skin and a belt made out of nipples that he had done sewn together. Lord have mercy. So the way they were able to catch him and find out that he had been digging up bodies and having a party with dead bodies in the house was because this shop owner went missing. They would have never caught him if he wouldn't have killed this woman. Like, he was going out in the middle of the night, digging up bodies, putting the dirt back in the grave, carrying the body all the way home, and then using the body like it was a car for scrap parts. Seriously. Insane. His mother completely isolated him, would not allow him around women. She preached religion hard on him. And she taught him that all women, what's the word, are inherently evil. Hey, baby. And just like Ted Kaczynski, they said he has schizophrenia. I don't know if I believe that. Some people just ain't wired right. It don't always have to be a fancy mental health problem. And in Ted Kaczynski's case, he was brilliant. Dumb people gonna say he got a mental health problem because that's what people do. He's brilliant. One of the greatest minds of the century. Sad. It breaks my heart. Ted Kaczynski, his whole case really bothers me. I know he was a murderer and all. I don't know. Where was the lie? Where was the lie? You need an edible. I need some chapstick. Stress chuck. Chapstick. And then we gotta go find a bathroom. Y'all, people get on my nerves. Can you believe that a while ago? Like, seriously. People really hate themselves so much. They're so bothered. I don't even be doing nothing. You know what I think it is? I think I kind of lived in a bubble myself before I started this channel. I think that like most people that I hung out with, they kind of felt the same way about things that I do. And I'm starting to see that it's a big ass world out there. People have lots of opinions. They believe in a lot of things they shouldn't. They celebrate things they shouldn't. I'm learning that the world is an evil place, you know? I think I've been a little naive. I like to see the best in people, the best in society. But I think I'm still, you know, I think that I'm being exposed to the truth. And the truth is that people are led by their own selfish wants and needs. With that comes a lot of evil. But hey, that's why God give us free choice, right? Free will. It just sucks when you get trapped down here with all these crappy people. Yeah, I do like that there is a lot of like Christian-based businesses around here. I do appreciate that. Usually in those places, people are really happy. I agree, Brian. I agree. What habit? What are y'all talking about? Oh, God. Thank you, Ian Rares. Yes. You know, seriously. I've met some pretty rich people, you guys, that had some pretty horrendous drug problems. I was shocked. I was like, you're from the House of Representatives? I'm being dead ass right now. House of Representative members I've met. It would shock you what they was into. Republicans. They were actually in my face trying to buy sex. And I said, I'm sorry, I's not a lady of the night. This is not a saloon. This is not the Bunny Ranch, sir. This is a restaurant, because it was. Shocking. House of Representatives from Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. I had 3 of them come in the same week. It was last March before last. There's videos on it, because I talk about the restaurant and everything that I worked for. And yeah, that was the Republican Party. And I talked about that before I started gearing my followers to vote for him. That whole situation at the restaurant went down, and then I started supporting Trump. And for about a year, that's really what I covered, was immigration, lefties that were stealing money. You know, how many of those? I mean, from Brooklyn to Key West, everybody's been in the news. I mean, since Trump's got in office, we found out that a lot of people were stealing money, you know? So, yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, the people that I've met in positions of power that had money that were into nefarious things. Like I said yesterday, in my opinion, the higher you go, the more corrupt the person is. You know, think about like Brian Thompson, the guy that was gunned down in New York by Luigi, the insurance man at the beginning of the year. Was that the beginning of the year or was that last year? Think about Brian Thompson. He made $10 million a year, I do believe. He made that money by screwing people over on their insurance. He denied claims. People died. He's a horrible person. I could not do that job. Do you hear me? My conscience would eat at me. I could not do that job. And maybe that's why I don't have a job. Because I can't be complicit in evil. The last 3 jobs I had, that's what they wanted me to do. Be complicit in evil. What kind of evil? Oh, I don't know. Rampant drug use, prostitution, things that I'm not comfortable with. It's crazy. I literally took these people to court and plan to take them to court again. Anyways, Brian Thompson was making that amount of money, and he was in that CEO position because not only was he agreeable, you got to have a certain amount of agreeableness to make it out here. That's probably another reason why I'm not making it. But he also was completely complicit in the game plan to deny claims to make the company more money. He was a horrible person. I'm not saying he should have been gunned down in the streets in New York because that's inexcusable. This was a man that had children and a family, and nobody should face violence in any manner over anything. He didn't deserve to die, but he wasn't a good guy. Hey, thank you, Phoenix. Oh, he wasn't a good guy. And they would not have put him into that position and paid him $10 million approximately a year unless he was complicit in the game plan to deny claims and indirectly kill people. Because that's what it led to, you know. People, that whole insurance mess, it really brought the whole world together, didn't it? For a moment, remember when everybody was cheering on Luigi and mad at Brian Thompson? I mean, it's like the first thing we all agreed on in like a century. Like, and actually, I was one of the ones that was like, no, this is wrong. Phoenix, thank you so much. Phoenix Sky, love that name. I was actually one of the ones that was like, no, Luigi was wrong. Wrong is wrong. Like, I know he's a villain, and we all been done wrong by the insurance companies. Some more than others. A lot of people took to social media to air out their grievances, talking about their loved ones that had passed, talking about claims that had been denied that led to their loved ones dying. And a lot of those stories were crazy. It's like, what do you mean insurance wouldn't cover that? I mean, it didn't even make sense when we would hear these storylines from these denied claims. So, yeah, he wasn't a good guy, but he didn't deserve to die. But his position is a prime example of that amount of money. $10 million a year. I forgot, who did he work for? United Health Insurance? Is that who it was? I can't remember. You don't make that kind of money unless you are completely complicit in some nefarious stuff. Always ups and downs. Thomas was a representative in South Carolina. Hold on one second. Oh, contractor. I used to work with a lot of them when I worked carpentry. Y'all, I did not feel like working today. I'm telling you, a lot of those darn... working at that restaurant. So for those that don't know, I got hired at a restaurant. The owners of the restaurant were running an undercover prostitution ring. I cannot... listen. I've already come to terms with the fact that I'm going to get called crazy for like half my life before other victims start to come forward and tell their story. So just hang with me here, because I know it sounds crazy. But I was working at this restaurant, and these people were really weird. And they acted like they were this loving family. They had their 2 daughters working there. They worked there. It was a married couple. They were from like Michigan. Anyways, one thing led to another, and I find out... Well, one thing led to another. The owner's wife started sending me she started sending me all these weird sex text messages. And we've been over this. I've showed these messages when I was preparing for my court case last year. We covered all of these messages, and I disclosed all of this information. So anyways, there's videos on it. It started with the female, going back to Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein. The female owner of the restaurant, who was the wife of the male owner, was the one that started texting me about sex. So just like Ghislaine Maxwell helped Epstein, this woman was doing the same thing for her husband. So I actually have firsthand experience on how these things work. Ghislaine needs the death penalty. I'm sorry, I'm so angry they're going to pardon her. This woman that owned this restaurant, she did the same thing that Ghislaine was doing. She would get close to the waitresses and the bartenders. I was a bartender in this restaurant. It was an actual restaurant that these people were behaving like this in. It's unbelievable. Anyways, she would text me, and looking back now and looking at those text messages, I can see that she was trying to break the ice with me. She was trying to get close to me. If he tried to come on to me, then I might quit my job. But if a female acts like a friend and gets close, and, you know, she's sending me half-naked pictures talking about, is this corset cute and stuff? And this is my boss. First of all, there's laws against this. I just want to be clear. Anyways, she's sending me messages asking me, is this cute? Does this look cute? Is this too revealing for a woman my age? And then she would I would be working behind the bar, and then she'd come in, she'd do some paperwork, do the order for the bar, and then she'd leave, and then she'd text me, and she'd be like, oh my God, could you tell that I wasn't wearing a bra today? Then I'm off minding my business, living my best life one night, out at the bar drinking. And I get hit with a text message, and it said, will you go on a trip with us? This is my new employer. I need this job. I'm living out of a car at this point. I was in the Chevy. She's like, we'll give you X amount of money. She literally typed this out. You can see all of these text messages on, there's a video, and it'll be labeled suing the Carpinos or taking the Carpinos to court or something like that. Because I actually sued them over this, and I'm going to do it again. So, there's no statute on this. No statute of limitations for civil cases. So, anyways, she sends me a text, and she's like, hey, we'll give you I think it was $1,000 or something. She's like, hey, me and my husband will give you X amount of money to come to New Orleans and party with us. At this point, I needed this job so bad, and I knew that it was not going to end well. Because these people are demonic, okay? I'm still, even a year after this incident, and it's been about a year and a half, when I talk about it, I still have a visceral reaction to how unbelievably insane it is. It's insane. What if it was your daughter, and you sent her downtown Court Square? You're from a little small town like this, and you're like, baby girl, go down there and apply for a job. So you send her down there. And then 2 weeks later, you find out that the owners of that restaurant you sent her to have her prostituting out the back door. That's the situation. That's the exact situation. It's unbelievable. So she hits me with, what, we'll give you this, da 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 da. Then something happened, and I was just done with the whole situation. I was so uncomfortable. Every time I went into work, I knew what was on these people's brains. And then I started picking up on these, well, they weren't subtle hints. They were not. There was customers coming in telling me which girls they had slept with and how much they had paid them to sleep with them. I would have guys sitting at my bar on a Friday night, and half of the men sitting at my bar would be talking about women that they paid that worked in that restaurant that they were sleeping with. Everything in that restaurant was about sex. Everything. That's all them people cared about. Everybody that come in there and sat at that bar, that's the reason they were there. It was a swinger environment. Creepy as fuck. So here I am in this little Republican. It wasn't here. It was one town over, Eden, North Carolina. Here I am, living out of a car, trying to escape a domestic violence trafficking situation. And I walk into a restaurant that is a trafficking situation. What are the chances? What are the chances? There's a reason. It's part of his plan. I might not like it. I know he's not trying to do me no harm, but there's a reason that this is, his plan for me. And there's a reason that I keep running into the same people. It's not a coinky dink. Not a coinky dink. There's no coincidences in life. The harassment got so bad and I was so uncomfortable. They had an election party in March, and they were Republicans. And they had all of these House of Representatives coming in from other states and all of these other political members that were coming in for this party. Well, the week of the party, it was like early in the week, maybe like a Tuesday, a Wednesday, or a Thursday, right before the weekend. They had me scheduled for the weekend. Listen to this. They had me scheduled for the weekend for all of this political party to meet, right? And I noticed through the week they kept dangling these hours like it was a carrot. And I'm like, sorry. They kept dangling this weekend and this party like it was a carrot. And to me, it was just another day at work. I didn't see why everybody was like getting ready for this event like it was Cinderella's ball. For the whole week, everybody in the restaurant was just running around doing stuff in anticipation for the weekend for this party. And they had me scheduled for this party. It was earlier in the week. I was running the bar. It was day shift. I was by myself. I was running the entire restaurant of like 80 seats by myself. And these guys come in, and I can't remember which one it was, if it was a guy from Georgia, South Carolina, or Florida, but I remember when I was closing out their check, one of the guys slid me a business card, and it said House of Representatives with his name and phone number and email, right? And he's like, oh, well, we're going to be in town. We should chill. You should come to, I think it was South Carolina, because he was like, if you come to South Carolina and visit me, then I'll take real good care of you, right? I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Grabbed the car, put it behind the bar at the register. Then, the very next day, another dude comes in from a whole different state. Another card, House of Representatives. Come check me out. We'll have a good time in Florida. So, I'm like, this is weird. So, once again, I take the card and I leave it behind the cash register because I wanted my bosses to find it. I was letting them know by leaving that card that I was not willing to sell my soul. I left the cards so that they knew that I was not willing to sell my body out of that restaurant. That I came to work in that restaurant to serve food and to actually work and not on my back. So there was another guy that came in before the weekend, and then I think it was like Thursday when I was getting off work. They're like, hey, we switched your schedule. They wouldn't let me work the party because I didn't sleep with those guys. They took me off the schedule for the weekend, so I didn't get to work the party. And I didn't want to work the party anyways, but by that time, I'm freaked out. I'm like, I don't even want to be here. I hate this job. I hate everybody in there. That's all they ever talked about. Sex. From the waitresses to every employee. That's all they ever talked about. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, that was crazy. So, essentially what was happening was these people not only owned a restaurant, but they also owned an apartment a complex right behind that restaurant. And then these girls were working for them and living in that apartment complex. It ain't my business. I wipe my hands of it. I wipe my hands of it. I just know that I ain't done. Like, maybe those girls want to be in that position. There was a lot of stuff that came out after. There was other girls that came forward and got in contact with me. I was going through a lot. I'm still going through a lot. I don't know, man. I really don't. I think that, these problems are going to get worse. You know, we already know that these types of places exist in massage parlors and I saw it was some gym. There was a woman that was arrested for essentially offering services to customers that was coming into the gym. When I went through that situation, I told you guys my prediction was a lot more restaurants. We would see them, women and owners, being arrested for running prostitution rings out of restaurants. And sure enough, in the past year, I've reported a dozen cases, and that's the case. It was a restaurant, and the owners were running an undercover prostitution ring out the back door, essentially. Because the service industry took such a huge hit, I guess they're doing that to supplement income. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. Still is when I think about it. In the back was a brothel. Oh my God, Callum. Can you imagine your great-grandfather and your mama all walking up in one of them places thinking they gonna get a massage? Yeah, could you imagine? Hi, humanity and unity. Well, God said that you're only supposed to mate with the person that you're married to. That's the difference. And when you're married to somebody, you're not passing disease around. That's how I prefer it. I like my sex without STDs, but that's just me. To each their own. It's a personal preference. Sorry, I have to laugh at people. Oh, God. What a moralless, characterless world. I got a bug on me. This is my job. Thanks for supporting my channel. Oh, that's funny. Oh, whatever happened to monogamy? What happened? What happened? Although, Quentin, I have been a sinner in the past. I have been. Yeah. Oh, God. Some of y'all just take it too far. Hey, Kimberly. I like your name, Grayson. You have such unbelievable strength. Oh, God. I probably wouldn't if they were pretty perverts. Wait, none of them pretty. God. You know? Wait, none of them pretty. Why is it old weird perverts that look like they damn ready to abduct me? They look like they inbred. The hills have eyes. They definitely don't look like no Ted Bundy. You know what I mean? Yeah, they definitely don't look like no Ted Bundy. I can't believe it's 3:30 already, y'all. I think I've been about 20 miles today. After I'm like get back to my camping spot for the night, it'll be about 20 miles. The weather's good. It's like 80 degrees today. It feels great. It's been beautiful. It really has. Everybody's been really nice too, in a great mood, like out at the coffee shops and stuff. There was a lady that had these beautiful dogs and like, yeah, it's been a good day. It's been the heat, when the humidity makes it hotter and harder to breathe. Y'all see these butterflies? They're beautiful. Yeah, the humidity hasn't been as high, and it's not as hot. 8:30 p.m. Are we behind? Am I behind or? Listen, I barely know the continents. You want me to know the time zones too? Hello, Lulu. Is it? What time is it in the UK? Oh, it's probably different. Oh, it's PM. Yeah, it's 3:30 in the afternoon here. So it's August 9th. So you're ahead. You're ahead. Like 6 hours. Yeah, right behind you. Yeah, the weather's been amazing. It's definitely been a change because it was so hot the past couple weeks. I mean, it's been miserable. Ow! All right, we're gonna move. Oh. Oh, you see the butterfly? You see it? Y'all see that butterfly? Oh, people are so jealous. It's crazy. Of what? A homeless woman. Ain't it? It really says, it really says something when I'm doing better than you. You know? Not you, but like, you know. You know. Big band, yeah. Oh, don't feel special. I mean, you are special, but I gotta find somewhere to put you. I don't know where to put you. My thing broke today. I guess I could like, this broke. I guess I could epoxy it. I don't know. Oh. Excuse me. Why is there always somebody in here? Every day. I did get my laundry finally. Yeah. Yeah, I had to call the cops. First thing this morning, I'm like, hey, it's a hostage situation. I did. The cops showed up. They was all swatted up in this big ass damn SWAT truck. It was like 20 of them. They kicked in the door of the laundromat. Guns a-blazing. Corn playing. Corn? Something. Okay? They come in there. They pinned that machine up on the wall and they said, "Spit it out!" No, but for real. They got on the horn and they found the owner. And they were like, "Hey, yo. Your machine's over here committing crimes." You raised a bad machine. Oh, man. My legs hurt. I think I've overdone it today. Yeah, every time I go over there and I'm just enjoying the butterfly garden, they come out making noise. They've been doing it for like 3 weeks and I just ignore it. Today's the first day I was like, what the heck? Like, see, and like when people are being petty like that, it makes me stay longer. Don't be trying to mess with my money. I'll sit there with the audio. I'll sit there like this. I'll sit there with the audio off, still running my damn mouth just to make a point. You think I want to damn hear you huffing and puffing as you're carrying car parts and changing oil and slamming things? No, I don't want to hear it. But I'm not going to come over there and cause a problem because I have to. These people around here are something else, y'all. They literally mentally unstable as fuck. A lot of them ain't even been out of this town before, and it shows. And I hope they don't ever go out of this town because they'll get their ass whooped in the city. And rightfully so. Freedom of speech hurts my feelings. God, my legs hurting in a whole different place today. I must have a muscle growing. Sometimes I'll be getting these growing pains. Recently it's been my forearms. It's like, damn. Feels like I'm damn ripping a clutch on a dirt bike. Going around the track damn 4 times, you know. By the damn second round, your arm starts locking up. By the third one, you're like, damn, am I going to make it down the 4th lap? And the 4th one, it's damn numb. It's barely working. It's locking up. Oh, God. My heart. Come on, y'all. Chip chop. I'm waiting on Jesus. Me too. I've been waiting my whole life. Oh. I got a sweet boy. I always got a damn load. I got a potty. Yeah, maybe I sit on that bench too long. There's nowhere to sit around there. That's another reason I have to be over there, just damn find somewhere to chill for a minute, because there ain't no other benches over there. Where do you want me to sit? On the wet ground? Probably. People are just freaking, they hate themselves so much. Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna pee real quick. Thank you. I'll be real quick. Sorry. Okay, use the bathroom. That was that guy. Damn, I left my phone out here. I ain't never done that before. Where's my other one? Oh, God. Oh, God, let me not play this game. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Oh. It's plugged up. I'm more responsible than that. I don't know why I panicked. I'm gonna plug this one up and disconnect my Bluetooth, and we're gonna bicycle to this park. Disconnected. Y'all, I think that's it. I want to be in my own world. I just want to live on a whole nother planet. Yeah. I think that next year I need to work on my tongue. Jesus, why are you making me feel so guilty today? I didn't tell no lies. Is it crazy that I can hear him? All I heard was, but yeah, you're mean, you're cold, you're heartless. You don't have to be crude and rude. I swear to God I heard that. Is that my subconscious, or is that Jesus? Or am I crazy? Is that another personality? Am I schizophrenic? Oh, does my conscience mean that I have schizophrenia? One thing it does mean is that I'm not a narcissist. Oh God, you gotta have empathy. Yeah, they lack empathy. So, and narcissists have never questioned whether or not they're narcissist either. So, if you're able to consciously ask that question to yourself, you're more than likely not a narcissist, because an actual narcissist wouldn't even be able to even conceptualize that. They're always going to be like, no, I'm not a narcissist. They're going to deny till they die. I'm not a narcissist, you know? And they never question themselves. They never have the level of awareness to question themselves, I guess is my point. And I think some of them know they're narcissists. I do. I know I said that I don't think that they realize it, but upon further thought, I think that some of them do know. Especially after they done been through, like, I don't know, 50 women in 10 years, and every woman said the same thing as they were leaving. I think they know. If they don't, they should. Oh, God. Yeah. I have all kinds of disorders. Have y'all not noticed that I'm getting better at not, I already thought that was a fake account. And then the baiting questions. I was like, oh, okay, this is a fake account. That's hard, John. That's real hard. I'm sorry to hear that. I know I make a lot of jokes probably about stuff I shouldn't, but listen, that's what comedy is, and that's a real mental health disorder, you know. There's certain people that I believe have had it, and then there's others that I'm just like Ted Kaczynski. I doubt he had it. I really do. They said he did. I mean, but that's another thing, like, when these type of predators, killers, when they commit these crimes, it seems like the public's always looking for some kind of mental health diagnosis to explain why this perpetrator behaved the way that they did. There's not a mental health diagnosis for people just being evil. They have free will. They can choose to be pieces of crap or good people. It's as simple as that. in my opinion. There's not always a mental health reason why somebody snapped, is my point, I guess. Sometimes people just, you see this butterfly? Sometimes people are just evil. They make poor choices. They just evil. I don't know. Every situation. Dang, she had schizophrenia and dementia. Bless her heart. That is sad. That's a double whammy. Both of those are rough. Dementia in particular, that's sad. To watch your family not know who you are and slip away slowly like that. And they're confused too. That's another thing. Older, and I'm sure you know, John, but the old people that get dementia, they are extremely confused. It's sad. Yeah. It's like Alzheimer's, they forget where they're at, they forget who they're around, they forget who their loved ones are, and it's really hard for the patients that's going through it, dementia, because they're not there. They forget things, they become unable to take care of themselves. It's really sad. It's absolutely a deteriorating disease. Is that a mental health? Well, schizophrenia is mental health. Dementia, I guess, is that hereditary? You catch that from family? Is that like genetics, or is that a mental health condition? I would think that dementia is like genetics, right? I don't know. I ain't no doctor, honey. No doctor. Never take my medical advice. You'll bleed out. She was a great person and even raised her children and worked until this. Basically, after she raised her children, they had to take... Oh, I'm happy she had somebody... You're going to make me cry. That's so sweet. They were there for her. Seriously. You don't hear that often. How often do you hear that family takes care of family? Sad. That's so sweet. Come on, man. I got to get on this bike and start cycling. Oh. Yeah, I'm curious. I wonder if dementia is hereditary. That's like I feel like that's more like Alzheimer's. Dementia. Good afternoon. I'm just happy she had people to take care of her that she knew. Because I've seen Alzheimer's and dementia patients. It's sad. It's really sad how they almost resort back to like childlike, toddler-like behavior. It's really sad. I mean, they're genuinely frightened and confused. I mean, just imagine waking up every day and living 50 First Dates. You ever seen that movie with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler? Great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it. 10 out of 10. But imagine every day you wake up in your room and you don't know who you are. You don't know where you are. You don't know what's going on, what year it is. Imagine living that every day, how confusing and scary that would be. I can't even imagine. I mean, I'm usually good at conceptualizing things. That's one of them I can't. It's really scary, and it's heartbreaking to see those patients go through that. I know I make a lot of jokes on here, but also on the other end of the spectrum, I do have major compassion and empathy for stuff like that. I know I joke and hee-haw all the time. We'll be over here talking about the tisms and helmets and Riley Matarded and everything. Yeah. Why is this not working? Hey, there we go. Yay! I won. Winning. Hashtag winning. Charlie Sheen. I could say his name wrong every time. 50 First Dates. What a great movie. When Drew Barrymore comes out the bushland with that bat and beats Rob Schneider, y'all, that is one of the most comical bits of a movie. I mean, every time I watch it, I'm just hysterically crying. It is so good. Drew Barrymore beats, was it Rob Schneider or was that Adam Sandler? I can't remember who she beats, but she absolutely beats the hell out of one of them. It is so funny. So funny. Hereditary. Huh. Interesting. Who said that? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna drop you on your face. Okay, girl mama. I didn't know that. Hereditary. Yeah, so I was kind of confused because I know it messes with your mind, but it's not a mental health disorder. It's a physical. I mean, it's with the brain. So it's like more like Alzheimer's rather than like bipolar disorder is my point. No, I'm glad you told me that, John, and I'm so sorry you had to go through that. It's so sad. I did fall off my bike. Yes, will you kiss my boo-boo? I did. I fell off my bike really hard. I hit the ground really hard, Lucas. Sure did. I skipped like a rock on concrete. You know how you can skip rocks on the water? My body skipped like a rock on concrete. Sure did. And right before I was hitting the ground, I was saying, Jesus, take the wheel. I sure was. Before I even hit the ground, I said, well, I done did it now. Coffee. We gonna cycle some more. No, it didn't happen on live stream. Hey, Mike. I wonder if it's omegas. Ain't that supposed to be for brain health? Ain't omega-3s and stuff like MCT oil and stuff. Listen, I only know so much. I'm probably dehydrated. Yo, I still feel so bad about that clothes incident that I feel like I need to like mail him a Christmas card or something, bake him some cookies, send him some donuts, send him an edible arrangement. I feel horrible. I've really got to get my temper under control. I mean, I thought I had. I ain't punched nobody in like 10 years. 8 years, approximately. I thought that was doing good. Is there a zipper open? Oh, no, it's in there. All jokes aside, it's my tongue that is now the problem. My fists are under control. It's my tongue that is the problem. I guess I'm angry. Jesus, take the wheel and take my anger. But I also don't want to lose my fight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to become so sheepish. Like, I want to be agreeable, but I don't want to be so agreeable that I no longer have an opinion or care. Because that's what happens when you start living with blinders on. You start ignoring everything. And I don't ever want to get to a point where I'm so agreeable that I'm complicit in bad things. You know, I need to learn to taper my tongue. Okay. Oh. I did, and I got, oh, my back. That's my back. No, I think I got that disc in my back has been acting up. I think it's from carrying all of this stuff. Oh, that's a sweet guy that works up here. He's got a cute truck. Little old Chevy. Jesus, take the wheel. Sorry. It's in my head now. I need something else. Take it from the... You know, my first car accident, I was in a Ford Escort hatchback. It was multicolored. It had had so much body damage. Not from me. I bought it. It was like $300. I was like 16. It was fabulous. It really was. It really was. It was like awesome. So anyways, it was raining one day. I was coming home from work. I worked at Panera Bread. And I'm headed home from work. And it's raining so bad. And it was so foggy. And it was out in the country. And all of a sudden I started hydroplaning, which at the time I didn't know what that was, because once again, I was only like 16. And pretty much the car veered off the road, rolled up an embankment. It wasn't anything major, but it scared the heck out of you. You know, your first little fender bender like that does. It was like a big ordeal. It's like, oh my God, I've been in a crash, you know? Like... But when I got in that crash, Jesus Take the Wheel was on the radio. It's so funny. Still to this day, that's what was playing. Jesus Take the Wheel. Oh, he's always with you. Yeah, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Good times. The car was fine. Everything was fine. I was just a little shaken up. 1950s, I think, the Supremes. Oh, that was Carlton's song. My mama said. Easy. Everybody's out mowing. It's a good day. That's why I took my shirt off. My shirt was getting wet from sweat. And also, I'm riding in direct sunlight. I might as well get some sun. People out mowing grass. Come on. Downhill. I'm hot. I done turned into a damn wimp since it cooled off. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so hot. It's 80 degrees. It was 105 like a week ago. Heat index. 101, 102. I got scared. Cooled off. It's too much for me, you know. Supremes, I think. Ooh, my baby love, my baby love. That's the only words I know. Great song though. Makes me want to get dorky and shit, you know? Stop forever, eh? It's so loud, my baby love. I wish I could get that loud. Damn, they don't make good music no more. My baby love. Whew, my arms hurt. That is the Supremes. Yeah. Sorry. Y'all, what's everything gotta go wrong? Water. Gotta stay hydrated because it's hot out here. No, that person did not buy my bike. Y'all, please, God. Please ignore stupid people. A normal man. Yeah, for real. A simp. What? I don't understand how shit be getting turned around out here. My whole life is like it's kind of similar. Good point, Eric. So a normal man with respect, morals, and values, that's a simp nowadays. And they've created terminology to discourage men from being proper men. Great point, Eric. I don't even know what it means. No, you do. You do. Oh, it's crazy. It's like, oh, don't be respectful to women. You're a simp. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Even if you didn't know what it meant, I'm glad you said that the way that you did, because it made me realize that society absolutely calls men that are respectful simps. It's like, oh, you respect women, you're a simp. You don't spit on them and cat call them like in the streets. Hey girl, can I have your number? Like, how things get, like, the Bible talks about how bad will be celebrated, evil things will be celebrated, and good things will be destroyed or spoken down upon. I find the word simp actually means the opposite. I see a lot of men get called simps that are actually respectful, honorable men. So I find it interesting that the new generation that lack the skills to communicate, be respectful and loyal and honest to their partner, I find it interesting. That generation that degrades women, that is always looking for my OnlyFans that will never exist. I find it interesting that they speak poorly about men that respect women. Do you see what I'm saying? It's crazy how that word, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's probably what Jesus was talking about in the Bible, in Revelation. You ready? Never thought about that before. Makes perfect sense though. My back is hurting for some reason. I hope it's not sciatica. I stretched earlier after I did that 10, 11 miles. Say hey to the river, kids. Say bye. Hello. I'm bicycling up a hill. It's hot. Oh, I'm so tired. I might have to walk this. Seriously. Oh. My elbow is really starting to hurt. I guess it's too much. Probably off on my nose. Maybe sunburnt. What a day. I got up so early. I like getting up early. I like going to bed early too. This hill is huge. Look at this. Ow, my leg. Come from all the way back there. Ah. God, my arm's on fire. Sun. I hate that my thing's broke. I'm not gonna make it up this hill if I don't change my music. Alright. pretty though when we get to the top. Come on, Shamu. God. Damn, you asshole. Rude ass motherfuckers. Trying to walk across the fucking street. Alright. Gotta stop cussing like a sailor. I know it's bad. This camera don't pick up nothing. Hold on. I really need to get a quality camera. God, you can't even see it. Brooke. You can't even see it. It's absolutely gorgeous. My camera never picks up nothing. It's a church. This is the hill I just come up. I've been going since like... Sorry. I've been going like... Hey. Bruce. Hello. Thank you. Welcome to being a bronze member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's so much prettier in person. I wonder why the camera don't pick it up. It's so weird. Just dropped my phone. Brooke. Alright. I guess I ain't never gonna get to even out this tan this summer. Just look like a candy corn till October. That's what I look like. A full candy corn. That's what I'll go as. I ain't got no bond money. Actually goes against. I could never go out in my birthday suit. Thank God for clothes. Seriously. I'm glad we're all not naked. There's shit out here I don't want to see. And there's people I don't want to see me. Oh, let's all be grateful for modern clothing, okay? And it'd still be scary out here. No, I should probably find somewhere to chill tomorrow. Take a rest day. I'm about to get back on this bike as soon as this traffic. Oh, not the dead baby bird. I can't. Why'd I have to see that? That damn bird will be on my damn mind in the morning. First thing, wake up. I'll be like, oh, that poor bird. All right, flat ground. Ooh. I'm back. I don't know if it got hotter or what. I know shit. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm running for my life from 2 meth heads in a van. How did I know? I hadn't even seen who was in the van and I just knew. So as soon as I passed through the parking lot, she's trying to wave me over to the van. Hell no. People are wild. It's that same van. The one that was loud. Never mind. People sketch me out. This is why I don't talk to people. Because then they start coming out trying to talk to me. My legs. Best thing you can learn to do is ignore people. It's hard for me because my biggest emotion is anger. But I'm getting pretty good at ignoring strangers. I just act like I don't hear people. I got headphones in anyway, so. Even when I don't though, I just be acting like I'm Helen Keller. Like I can't see them or hear them. So darn. I need a break. Sorry, boss. Oh. My right leg hurts so bad. Oh, somebody painted a goat on the floor. It's cute. Skirt. I need a break. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna pass away. I think we probably did about 25, 30 miles today, y'all. Probably about 25. I don't know. I was all over the place. Scenic route. Always. I hope I get a car one day. Screw an e-bike. I got these big, beautiful legs. They're like tanks. I'm pretty sure, at the very least, I could choke you out with these quads. I might be able to kill you if I try hard enough. I don't want no e-bike. We trying to get fit this year, okay? I lost like 80 pounds. And now I'm trying to grow muscle. So I don't want an e-bike because I'm trying to get this ass in shape. We was looking a little SpongeBob-y. A little square, a little bear. It didn't look good. She got a facelift. The bike helps a lot. Probably one of the best things you can do for your butt and your quads. My legs have, in the past 4 weeks, I've noticed the most significant changes in my legs and glutes in the past 4 weeks than the past 2 years of working out. There's something that I was missing in the gym. I was doing hip thrust. I was doing RDLs. I was doing Bulgarian split squats. Y'all have been with me. I don't know. Something about cycling just works. I mean, you're literally pushing all of your weight down to get your momentum in those pedals, so it makes sense why it fires your glutes. If you're looking for an ass lift, I would recommend getting a bike. Y'all, it's so bright, and I'm in the shade. It's amazing. I agree. It's a full body workout. Yeah, it's great strength training with your own body weight. It is a pretty bike. It's disappointing that she's had so many issues. It could be the operator, because I am a rough girl. Look. That chain's already rusted. Hey. Thank you, Rares. Hey, Flutterby, you got a membership. I'm glad to see you. It's a man's bike. It's okay. I know how to spit like a man, so I think I'll be all right. It's a youth. I think it's a youth. Thank you so much. Phil, Paul, welcome. Can't see. Sorry. My eyes are burnt. Brandon, Jessica, welcome. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm so glad that Flutterby got one. Really, though. You've been here for a long time. You've stuck with me. Hello, bless this mess. I love that name. Queen, hello. Allison, FAQ. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I am. My eyes are just burnt from being out here all day. I think we probably did about, I actually don't think I probably did about 25. Y'all see how burnt my eyes are? Do you see how red they are? They're literally burnt. Literally. And I wear glasses all day. I mean, it hurts just sitting here. I don't know why more people don't talk about this. I wonder who would have this kind of injury. Maybe a gardener, somebody that works outside, a roofer. Oh, God. Them poor roofers' eyes. That black tar roof, they probably can't see nothing. They probably damn go blind by 50. I mean, seriously. I don't know why nobody... It's one of the things that I didn't know homeless people go through. Just like their butts being raw from sitting on concrete. Their hips hurting from sleeping on it. You know, I guess being out here, I've just... I guess when I go through things, I really try to learn things. You know, I really do. No matter what I'm going through, I try to learn something from it, you know, and put myself in other people's shoes. I've always been able to do that. But yeah, my eyes, they're shot. Every time I come out here and film and we're biking like this, I'm wearing glasses, but I feel it when I'm essentially getting off work, when I'm about to leave. My eyes. I think I've complained for a month now, sorry. Yeah, it's one of the things I never thought about. I wonder who else would have eyes hurting like that. I did, Jamie. We got a burger from Hardee's. It was delicious, but then my service didn't work. Hello, Nick. Get a sun hat. Grouchy Mama Bear. I love that. Hello, Knees Duts. Master J. Hello. Thank you so much again. That was so nice of you, Rares. Yeah, I would say, so it's 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. So I did do over 20 miles. And that's not including the back streets. My lower back is killing me all of a sudden. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I done pulled something. I hope not. I'm always injured, though. I always got something going on. I did. I went do. So Mayo State Park and the coffee shop are 5.5 miles apart. And I did that 4 times. Well, I went, and then I went, and then I went, and then I went. So that would be like 22 miles, and that's not including all the little side streets I went down when I wasn't on live. I went through Mayadan, because the hill right in front of the sheriff's office, it literally is perfect for your glutes. You want to look for an elevation, like, you know how like when you get on the treadmill and you can raise the you can do that, you know, incline. Those hills with the highest incline, you're really going to be able to feel your glutes firing, because you're going at an incline and you're having to really push down hard, which is firing that glute. You're going to have to really push down hard to carry your body weight, the book bag weight, the bike weight, the basket weight, whatever you got in the basket. Anywhere where there's a steep incline, I really like to go and run it a few times, like doing a set. It feels like doing step-ups. So, yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. The mountains definitely help. This terrain, you know, helps with the glutes going up and down. No bootlickers. You lint liquor? Hello, Bridget. Karen. Oh, God, I'm always using that name. Hello, Ricky, Robert. Yeah, it was a good workout. So I'd probably say about 25 miles. Oh, and then I came this way. Yeah, I'd say probably about 25. I need to run. You know, it's so crazy because, like, tell me why I feel like my body dysmorphia is getting worse the fitter I get. It's crazy. Really, though. It's like the more I work out, the heavier I feel. Maybe it's just because muscle weighs more than fat, but, like, I be feeling hefty, man. I be feeling like I couldn't make it up a half a flight of steps sometimes. Maybe it's the cigarette, the vaping. Speaking of which, I need a vape. You talked me into it. You want one? I got a spare I can share. I don't know. I've heard other actual bodybuilders. I've heard them talk about their body dysmorphia and how some of my favorite bodybuilders already struggled with an ED prior to bodybuilding, and they're pretty open about that. But they talk about how the more jacked they got, the worse their body dysmorphia got, the more they felt heavier, uncomfortable, and uglier. So it's pretty common. It's weird. It's really weird. Oh, yeah. I should. I'm going to save my money for a car. It's going to take me forever to even get one. Yeah, I like this. I don't know, Eric, honestly. I think it might be years before we know. This is synthetic. I think that I think rationally that tobacco would probably be safer than something that's synthetic that we don't know the long-term effects on. We'll see. This might be in that same category with the Celsius energy drinks. We might be seeing these pods. If you smoked Views pods between the year of 2019 and 2035, you may be entitled to compensation. If you have COPD, seriously, because we haven't lived through this before. E-cigarettes is also, it's newer than technology. We don't know the long-term effects of these e-cigarettes. What we do know is that they are absolutely marketed towards children. They're a gateway to other drugs, absolutely are. And, I don't know. Do you feel better? I do feel better than when I smoke cigarettes. I can say that I don't like smelling like cigarettes. So that's a bonus. I don't smell like cigarettes now. I don't know. Maybe, Robert. Maybe. I have no idea. We'll find out. There's a lot of new stuff that we're living through right now that we've never been through before. We don't know the long-term side effects and, like Wegovy. I mean, think about these weight loss drugs. Look at how it's like, people look like crap and they think they look good. They look crazy. They look absolutely insane. You look like the shell of the person you used to be, Susan. Is diet and exercise that hard for people? I guess it is. I guess I'm grateful for my motivation. I don't know where it comes from because I ain't always been like this. But we don't know the long-term effects of a lot of those drugs. And we're starting to see it in stuff like Ozempic because, people are having gastrointestinal issues, stomach, GI issues from these medications. So it took 30, 40 years for the medical industry to admit that Xanax was dangerous. You know how many hundreds of thousands of people died? It took them that long to admit that it is a dangerous drug and that it needs to be super, super controlled. It took them 30, 40 years to admit that Xanax was horrible. It's going to be the same thing with stuff like this. Energy drinks, anything that's synthetic, technology. This is the first time, this generation that are now turning into adults, they're the first generation that was raised by cell phones. We're seeing the effects of that in society, There's a lot of things we're living through. I don't know if it's healthy. I would like to say it's probably better for you, but the fact that it's synthetic and it's made in a lab and we don't technically know what's in it is probably not good. I think that it would be good just not to smoke. I don't ever, ever, ever want to see anybody I love and care about smoking because it's affected my life. My parents were smokers. That's the reason I smoke. I was subjected to a tiny-ass house full of smoke, going to school reeking like cigarettes, It's embarrassing. It was embarrassing as a child, but hell, by the time I was working, I had my own pack of cigarettes. It's a nasty habit. I commend anyone that's able to quit smoking. You should be extremely proud of yourself because for me, it's been the one thing I ain't never been able to put down. Put down heroin, put down drinking, I used to do a lot of stuff. I don't know. But tobacco, it's by far been the hardest. Stand-up comedy. I do that every day here. That's what we do here. I'm a nut. I'm an absolute nut. Well, actually, I'm a squirrel. Or a monkey. It's going. Thanks for asking, Ronald. How was your day? I am staying safe today. Yeah, it's, I don't know. What's that thing called? Popcorn lung? Remember when all them youngins was getting that stuff? That's actually that's what it comes from, is these vapes. You can't get that with tobacco, I don't think. Oh, God. Maybe I need to pop it. Oh, I can't do that. My hand's injured. Y'all, I got ate up. I messed myself up. "24 years ago. Congratulations." Yeah, I only drink if I'm bleeding. She's nuttier than a squirrel and shit. Yeah, I only drink if I've got bones that might be broken or I'm bleeding out, which you're not supposed to drink when you bleed because it thins your blood. But listen, desperate times be calling for desperate measures. I was in pain, okay? And it wasn't even my forearm that hurt. That's the deepest gash. It was my shoulder that was bothering me. And then my knuckles, you know, whew, swear to God, it looked like I could see bone. It was probably just a tendon or something, but like, yeah, I'm gonna need a Corona. Oh my God, get me a double shot of Jameson, please, before I get started cleaning my wounds. That's me being a cat. I hit so hard. Damn, I wish I had a video. I was like, man, I need to set up a camera. And I was too lazy to get off the bike. Ugh, I'll regret it. Every time I'm like, oh, I should do this with a camera, something major happens. Every time. It'll be like like the dude at Planet Fitness that rolled up on me at Myrtle Beach. And he's like, I've been looking for you. I didn't know him. It was just some stranger off the internet that hunted me down. He heard that I had a Planet Fitness membership, and he knew that I was in the Myrtle Beach area, and he come and found me. And then when he found me, he's like, oh, I've been looking for you. I went to every Planet Fitness in that area. People are creepy, y'all. That freaked me out. Yeah. You gotta be careful out here. Thank you so much, Rares. I know. Nice to meet you, TZ. Oh, I'm a mess. I need to get my life together. I'm trying. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was when the front tire, it was when the front tire hit the ground and it like, you know? And I was like, oh, God. I knew what was coming. I knew I was getting thrown. My arms just flew off the handles, you know? I have no control. I'm about to drop and roll. Yeah. Once it it ricochets around and your hands go flying off, it's a wrap. Just try to protect your head. I was like, I done did it now. Yeah, it was crazy. I know, this nicotine is so addictive. I think the stuff they formulate nowadays is even more addictive than the stuff in the older days. A lot of people that I know quit smoking. I ain't never been able to kick it. And everybody I know, they can't kick it either. You know what I think it is? I think that it's a coping mechanism for a lot of people too. You know, that reward center in the brain. Every time you hit the vape, you're getting dopamine and serotonin hits to the brain. It works just like, you know, it does for refined sugar or salty, fatty food or heroin. It works the same way. The hand to mouth and the reward center. I think that and life is so hard right now. Like, we are all struggling. We are all trying not to, you know, jump off a bridge every day. For people that smoke, it's just a way to damn handle life, okay? It gets us through. You have booze. I have nicotine and coffee. To each their own. I think for non-smokers, though, it really pisses me off sometimes how incompassionate they are towards smokers. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. You ain't got no problems, do you? Because if you ever had a problem, then you would understand how hard it is to quit this problem. I get it. They don't get it. It is very hard. Oh, absolutely. Getting in the car and smoking a cigarette, it's like a reward at the end of whatever you just had to do. Automatic reflux. Y'all, I'm about to have to go. I am. I'm exhausted. Sweet dreams are made of this. Damn. Hold on. Oh my God, Louise, you're about to die. Oh wow, I didn't even know they made. Oh, Chantix. I forgot. Chantix. They do have a pill. I forgot about that. I ain't never tried it. I'm scared of pills, man. Every time I take a pill, I blow up like a damn dead beached whale. Okay? Not even joking in the slightest. Either that or I stab people. Not even joking. That was Xanax. That's why I don't remember it. So that's why Brooke don't take drugs, okay? Because she doesn't want to be miserable. Deal with all the side effects. Y'all, I'm going to go for the evening. I got to bike a few more miles, probably 1.5 miles. But we will hang out tomorrow. I'm going to try to go somewhere where I can. I'm going to try to go somewhere where I can get in the water. But I'm probably going to have to go there and see if my phone works. And if my phone don't work, then I'll have to find somewhere else. It's going to be like a guessing game, you know. We'll find somewhere with some water and some service, even if I have to damn bike all over town. I just want to be able to lay out, maybe eat something, you know. Like we usually work out and go to that one river, but I want to be able to swim. So I got to work on that. I'm going to be up early. I'll probably be on live early because it's about to be winter time. And I like to wake up early in the mornings because it just gives me time to myself. I got up at like 4 something this morning. I didn't even start moving till like 5:30, 6 o'clock. But I just feel really good getting up, and you have the whole city to yourself, and you don't have to deal with people. It was just fabulous getting breakfast this morning kind of by myself. There was only a few people in there, and I don't know, having the city to myself. I just like being up early. I can be productive early and get in the bed early, and, you know, it's going to start getting darker earlier and then lighter earlier. So I'm going to be switching back to my winter routine shortly. But anyways, what a day. We had a good time. How many miles? Probably about 20 to 25. Too much coffee. Hardee's was good. The burger was good. And breakfast was delicious. That plate was $6.50. Grits, 2 pieces of toast, 2 eggs, 4 pieces of bacon. It was so much food I couldn't eat it all. You know, you can't beat that price. Like, how can these little mom and pops places sell $3 cups of coffee, huge platters of breakfast for $6.50? How are they able to do it? And they don't generate the income that these large corporations such as Starbucks and McDonald's do. But McDonald's and Starbucks feel necessary to rob us every time we get food there. Like, I'm just trying to point out these inconsistencies in society because it does not make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, then it's not true. And it's a scam. But I love you guys, and I hope that you guys have a safe, fabulous Saturday night. We'll talk tomorrow. And I had a really good time hanging out today. Thank y'all for being so nice, and welcome to all the new people. I really appreciate you again, Rares. So much. And welcome to all the new members. Y'all stay safe and pray for me. God knows I need it, and I'm praying for y'all. Bye, y'all. Happy Saturday.